God in Everything, Part 3. More questions arise in connection with this. It is very easy to talk. From my childhood, I have heard of seeing God everywhere and in everything. And then I can really enjoy the world as soon as I mix with the world and get a few blows from it. The idea vanishes. I am walking in the street thinking that God is in every man, and a strong man comes along and gives me a push, and I fall flat on the footpath. Then I rise up quickly with clenched fist. The blood has rushed to my head and the reflection goes. Immediately I have become mad. Everything is forgotten. Instead of encountering God, I see the devil. Ever since we were born, we have been told to see God in all. Every religion teaches that see God in everything and everywhere. Do you not remember in the New Testament how Christ says so? We all have been taught that, but it is when we come to the practical side that the difficulty begins. You all remember how in fables a fine stag is looking at his form reflected in a lake and is saying to his young one, "How powerful I am! Look at my splendid head, look at my limbs, how strong and muscular they are, and how swiftly I can run." In the meantime, he hears the barking of dogs in a distance and immediately takes to his heel. And after he has run several miles, he comes back panting. The young one says, "You just told me how strong you were. How was it that when the dog barked, you ran away?" "Yes, my son, but when the dog barks, all my confidence vanishes." Such is the case with us. We think highly of humanity. We feel ourselves strong and valiant. We make grand resolves, but when the dogs of trial and temptation bark, we are like the stag in the fable. Then, if such is the case, what is the use of teaching all these things? There is the greatest use. The use is this, that perseverance will finally conquer. Nothing can be done in a day. This self is first to be heard, then to be thought upon, and then meditated upon. Everyone can see the sky, even the very worm crawling upon the earth sees the blue sky, but how very far away it is. So it is with our ideal. It is far away, no doubt, but at the same time, we know that we must have it. We must even have the highest ideal. Unfortunately, in this life, the vast majority of persons are groping through this dark life without any ideal at all. If a man with an ideal makes 1,000 mistakes, I am sure that the man without an ideal makes 50,000. Therefore, it is better to have an ideal, and this ideal we must hear about as much as we can till it enters into our hearts, into our brains, into our very veins, until it tingles in every drop of our blood and permeates every pore in our body. We must meditate upon it. Out of the fullness of the heart the mouth speaketh, and out of the fullness of the heart the hand works too. It is thought which is a propelling force in us. Fill the mind with the highest thoughts. Hear them day after day, think them month after month. Never mind failures. They are quite natural. They are the beauty of life, these failures. What would life be without them? It would not be worth having if it were not for struggles. Where would be the poetry of life? Never mind the struggles, the mistakes. I never heard a cow tell a lie, but it is only a cow, never a man. So never mind these failures, these little backslidings. Hold the ideal 1,000 times, and if you fail 1,000 times, make the attempt once more. The idea of man is to see God in everything. But if you cannot see Him in everything, see Him in one thing, in that thing which you like best, and then see Him in another, so on you can go. There is infinite life before the soul. Take your time and you will achieve your end. He, the one who vibrates more quickly than mind, who attains to more speed than mind can ever do, whom even the gods reach not, nor thought grasps, he moving everything moves. In him all exists. He is moving. He is also immovable. He is near and he is far. He is inside everything. He is outside everything, interpenetrating everything. Whoever sees in every being that same Atma, and whoever sees everything in that Atma, he never goes far away from that Atma. When all life and the whole universe are seen in this Atma, then alone man has attained the secret. There is no more delusion for him. Where is any more misery for him who sees this oneness in the universe? This is another great theme of the Vedanta, this oneness of life, this oneness of everything. We shall see how it demonstrates that all our misery comes through ignorance, and this ignorance is the idea of manifoldness, this separation between man, between nation and nation, between earth and moon, between moon and sun. Out of this idea of separation between atom and atom comes all misery. But the Vedanta says this separation does not exist, it is not real. It is merely apparent on the surface. In the heart of things, there is unity still. If you go below the surface, you find that unity between man and man, between races and races, high and low, rich and poor, gods and men are and animals. If you go deep enough, all will be seen as only variations of the one, and he who has attained to this conception of oneness has no more delusion. What can delude him? He knows the reality of everything, the secret of everything. Where is there any more misery for him? What does he desire? He has traced the reality of everything to the Lord, the center, the unity of everything. And that is external existence. That is eternal existence, eternal knowledge, eternal bliss. Neither death, nor disease, nor sorrow, nor misery, nor discontent is there. All is perfect union and perfect bliss. For whom should he mourn then? In the reality, there is no death, there is no misery. In the reality, there is no one to mourn for, no one to be sorry for. He has penetrated everything, the pure one, the formless, the bodiless, the stainless. He is knower, he is great poet, the self existent, he who is giving to everyone what he deserves. They grope in darkness who worship this ignorant world, the world that is produced out of ignorance, thinking of it as existence, and those who live their whole lives in this world and never find anything better or higher are groping in still greater darkness. But he who knows the secret of nature, seeing that which is beyond nature, through the help of nature, he crosses death, and through the help of that which is beyond nature, he enjoys eternal bliss. Thou sun, who hast covered the truth with thy golden disk, do thou remove the veil, so that I may see the truth that is within thee. I have known the truth that is within thee. I have known what is the real meaning of thy rays and thy glory, and have seen that which shines in thee. The truth in thee I see, and that which is within thee is within me, and I am that.